faces in the audience. And new faces too. I challenged myself this summer, and it was early in July. Actually, it was late in June, and I had this idea. It was where I live in Gravenhurst, it's just south of Gravenhurst, and it's on 4 acres of land. Because my grandparents had retired up there from Toronto in the early 50s. So it's been in the family, and that's where I'm staying now. And I challenged myself to, down by the land there's a pipeline, and there's a pipeline road that goes down to a landlocked lake, and there's no cottages on the lake. That's why it's called landlocked. And when I was a kid, I've always gone up there in summers, and just right from very small. And there's this swimming spot down the lake, and it's a rock. The rock kind of like Muskoka Lakes, the rocks flow into the water, and rounded, smooth rock. And the rock must be it's longer than the stage, and it's to the water, and it's kind of brush on either side. And someone at some point had made a small fire pit just beyond the rock on the ground. So I went down there one day on my mountain bike down the road to the spot, and I thought, well, geez, kind of bring back memories. And I went down there, and I thought, I'm going to challenge myself. I'm going to come out here and light a fire and stay up all night, and tend the fire, and just stay up all night and see what it's like. I've never done this before. So for 3 days I went back down to down the pipeline on my bike, and gathered wood just that was around on this kind of peninsula, or as the water would be a bay. It's a small lake. And on the 4th night, it was a full moon, it was a Wednesday night, and I went down and I lit a fire. I got down to about 7 or 8, and I lit a fire, and I just lit a fire. And didn't know what was going on. I had my bug jacket on, and as it got to night, the mosquitoes started really kind of knowing that I was there, kind of thing. The fire wasn't really, I mean, it was going, but it was, yeah. I just thought, well, I've got to keep moving. I've got to keep moving to keep these mosquitoes off me. And I had my recorder there, and I had it on the rock, and I grabbed 2 sticks, and I had these 2 sticks, and I'm thinking, okay, what am I doing here? And I started walking on the rock, back and forth on the rock, and kind of trying just to keep moving and keep the fire going, and get it going really well. And then I started chanting, and I started making noises. It was almost like I said, okay, if this is a threatening place, and if I'm scared, well, I better let animals or whatever's out there know that I'm here, so they'll leave me alone or something. Whatever. Although the fire would probably just, they wouldn't bother coming around anyway. So I just started making noises and sounds, and intuitively just stating my little territory here for the night, or whatever it was it seemed. And it was really interesting. I don't know why I did that, but after I did that for a while, and I was really sweating, worked up a sweat, and the bugs were still bothering me, and the fire was going, and I was getting smoke inundated. And, at one point, a whippoorwill started sounding. It just whippoorwill. And this is as I was chanting, and at one point I said, "Fire dance," and the bird call stopped. Just then, whippoorwill, fire dance. And I thought, well, this bird is with me for the night, I guess. And it was. It to stay with me for most of the night, except into the morning I didn't hear it as much. But there was a couple of beavers would come up and hit their tail, and I'd look. And there was a full moon, so I could see everything and all the shadows of the shore on the other side. And I'd walk up to the shore on the rock and stomp and making sounds at the plane. Well, I thought it was playing with the beavers, and I don't know. But yeah, so I did make it. I kept the fire burning all night, and the moon. I saw the moon. It was a long night. The moon slowly moving across the sky, and I thought, oh geez, I have to keep it burning, because after a while the bugs went away. It was just like it was so smoky, and they just said, well, forget it. This is not worth it. And they just went away, and it was very peaceful, and I didn't have to chant anymore. I just listened to the night and the night sky and everything around, and the moon, visually seeing the moon across the sky, and then gradually and eventually the daylight showing and the sun just coming up. And I put out the fire and hopped on my bike and went back. But I reached my goal. My goal was to stay up all night, and I had enough wood. I just had enough wood for the night. So this song, what came out of it was kind of a chant. And this instrumental was inspired by it. There's a bit of singing in the middle. I don't know if you'll pick up on it or not. But if you hear it,